Alright guys, how's it going? Episode 19 of the Free for Stee Raid Shadow Legends series. Got a few things to cover today. Obviously first up, the Alice in Wonderland big mega event things all kicked off yesterday. So the Alice chase is on. We're on day 2 obviously, and we'll get Alice in a few days time. I do like that we're getting Savage gear from this. Normally we always get like pinpoint gear. Not pinpoint, fucking perception gear. So getting Savage gear is really nice. Obviously she is a damage dealer, so it does obviously make sense. And then we'll be doing the phase 2 thing again like we did before with Skeletor to get the soul, which we'll definitely be getting on top of. Just going to jump in here quickly just to let everyone know there's a new promo code thing you can do, where it's not like your standard promo code, you just type it in. Well, you do after you do the other thing. But you've got to go on a link, and it's basically an intro to the story of Alice, and then you put your account details in. But Boozer has done a video showing you how to do it, so I'm gonna link his video down in the description of the video. So if you want to go ahead and grab it, you get an epic book, some energy, some silver in a chest and stuff like that. So free goodies is free goodies. So go and grab that if you want. Mad Hatter has started for the fusion. We did start this yesterday. I'm gonna go over the calendar for the fusion shortly because there's some problems that have cropped up which we might encounter, so we'll go through that shortly. They have also input the new market changes, so now it looks better, but they've also apparently changed up the actual items that drop in here, so now it's more sort of relevant to your account. So the actual gear, look at this. So, I was going to mention this before, but this is a perfect example. So the gear kind of scales with your account. So as you kind of go up your account levels, you start not getting like crappy grey gear and green gear. But look at this though. So we've got crit rate, crit damage and speed. If that was attack percentage, that would be outrageous. But look at how much it costs. 1,000,000 silver. And it's not even rank 6 either. Like, I dread to think what a rank 6... There's a rank 6 piece of blue gear here. Like... 500,000 for that. It's just disgusting. So they definitely need to get on to like sorting out the sort of the silver economy in this game, because it is ridiculous, which we're also going to get onto when we talk about the artifact enhancement event. All of the new champions are in the game. So Alice is Sacred Order. Did any of the others? Nope. Knights Revenant. So we've got the Mad Hatter's in there. This new Killeth, he's the Faction Unity champion, but he's not part of the Alice event. You got the Queen of Hearts is here. She is the boss in the event dungeon, so she's essentially like Odin in this one. Then we got in Demon Spawn Cheshire Cat, which he looks outrageous. Like, just looks incredible. I would love to be able to get this champion, but we're going to discuss this shortly. Where's the other one? There's the Knave of Hearts. He might be... Bannerlord, maybe? Oh no, I think he was undead. Was he undead? Yeah, the Knave of Hearts. Yeah, so that's all of the new ones. Looks a bit strange. He's sort of a bit like Skull Lord Vargal, where he sort of, whenever he's hit, he destroys max HP. Here we've got the calendar. So yesterday everything started. Have I got markup? Yeah. So we started yesterday, and all I did yesterday is I did the artifact enhancement event. I've done that, but we're going to go discuss that. I started doing some champion training yesterday. Wasn't going to bother starting Fire Night obviously because Dungeon Dives hasn't started. Champion training, I started by just leveling up the lower rank champions through the daily energy I get in campaign, because I didn't want to waste brews on lower rank champions. I'll get to that again shortly. So that's all we did yesterday. So the problem we've got, normally in a fusion, champion chase wouldn't be here. This would be a summon rush, and then this would be a champion chase. So in normal fusions, when you're doing this, your champion chase will be here, and you could summon however many of these you've got, whether it was by fusion rares to epics or you got the fragments from these. So potentially by then you've got 3 of these. You've got 3 Void Epics, which gives you, I can't remember how many points, but that's quite a significant chunk of points. But also normally, when the Champion Chase would normally be on here, they normally have a 2 times Ancients running. So the problem we've got there, this wouldn't be a huge issue, minus the fact that you lose the chance of getting 2 extra one of these for the Champion Chase. But they've also announced this weekend for the Champion Chase, it's not 2 times Ancients, it's 2 times Sacreds, which is crap for Champion Chase. So the problem we've got then, we don't have a huge amount. We've got 39 Ancients, which should have been a good amount if the 2 times was on, but it's not. So we're going to be potentially summoning only maybe 1 or 2 epics. So it's going to be shit with points. So we're going to have to see tomorrow what the points thresholds is like to get these 25 fragments and make a decision, because they have also done what they did with the Thor event, where they snuck in this extra summon rush right at the end here under the guise of quote-unquote extra fragments, which they've tried to sell it before with Thor, where it's just an extra event for if you've missed any, you can catch back up here. But when they did Thor, they failed to tell people until, I think it was the day it started, that the Titan event for Thor's Soul was starting. They never mentioned it at all before, and then this summon rush also had the points you needed for the Titan event. So people had gone through this entire fusion and thinking, well, why do I need to bother with this summon rush if I've done everything else? So they used all of the resources. Then all of a sudden you need to do this summon rush for the Titan event. So it screwed loads of people over. So with that in mind, do we then skip the Champion Chase, skip this summon rush, and do this extra one right at the end, merge everything in? But when I've looked back at the Thor event when they did this before, you needed, it was 5 Sacreds and like 250 points for the first 25. But then to get the following 25, it was 11 Sacred Shards and a bit, and obviously we only have 5, and we don't have access to a steady income of Sacred Shards because we aren't at Ultra Nightmare or Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss yet. So the Sacred Shards we've got has been from like finishing challenges and stuff like that. Things we're never going to get again. So the problem we do have now is, do we try and do all of this and hope for the best with the Champion Chase with the points wise, since we're not going, even though there's a 2 times in Sacreds, I am not using the Sacreds here. I would rather struggle and maybe even not bother with the Champion Chase and try and force everything else out, which is probably going to be difficult, especially the artifact enhancement. I'm going to come onto this, is going to be the difficult thing as well. So option 1 is just do the fusion as normal, use our Ancients here, even though it's going to be crap points, and we should be able to summon 1 of her, so that'll be however many points it is for a Void Epic to do that, and then just carry on as normal, and then do this summon rush, and then completely skip this one, and then miss out on any points that they put in here for the Titan event that's inevitably coming at the end for the Mad Hatter's Soul. Or 2, we do the Champion Chase, we skip this summon rush, and then hold the Sacreds for this one, and then just hope for the best points wise again. Because if it's the same points as Thor, we should be able to get the 25 by doing the 5 Sacred Shards, and then, you know, whatever other shards we want at the time. We could even just do it with 250 Mystery Shards if it's the same points. So that's problem 1 we've come across. So problem 2, let's go back to Raid, is we have a significant lack of silver now. We got so unlucky yesterday while doing the artifact enhancement that even the first thing I did was level up Fellhound's gear, so then he can jump in to now be our campaign farmer. Level 55, his masteries are done, we just needed his gear higher, so he was starting to one-shot everything. He one-shots everything Sometimes he doesn't one-shot Lord Shazar in the last wave, but I'm guessing that once we get the last few levels on him, he probably should start one-shotting them all the time consistently. But even if he doesn't, it's only like another 2 seconds, so it's still faster than Wukong 99.9% of the time. But doing all of these rank ups of these artifacts, it cost us, I think, so we were at like 18 million silver. We were down to like 4 or 5 just doing all of them items. And most of these are all rank 5s, not even rank 6. It's just the cost to upgrade stuff is just disgusting. It's getting so much worse. And it just makes it harder and harder. Because our plan was to level his gear up and then use the rest of our silver and then start working through all of our stash. Start, like, you know, maybe level this up, see what it rolls at. See, this one would be difficult anyway because we'd roll it to level 8. And even if it went 1-on-1, it would still be a decent piece. So we wouldn't even end up selling that. That's what I found with the ones that I did level up. That they ended up still being useful, so I wasn't selling them, so then I didn't even end up making anything back. I've already sort of gone through here and done this where you just get rid of the, you know, the flat stats. Oh, we've got one extra one, so we'll get rid of that. 61k. But like, I've already gone through and kind of got rid of most of the crap that's just not useful at all. So that's the other point we're going to come across, is doing the other artifact enhancements. Yes, we're going to be doing the dungeons and the champion training, but because we're not farming higher levels of dungeons yet, we're sort of like down at the like 10 to 14 mark, depending on the dungeon. But are we even really going to be able to make that much silver from the lower level gear? Because it's going to be mostly rank 4 gear we get, and it just doesn't sell as much. So it might be one where maybe we skip the middle artifact enhancement, the second one, and constantly save everything to then be able to do the last one, the third artifact enhancement. So then we maybe skip that second summon rush, hold on to everything. Let me just jump back over to the photo. Done this one. Do we skip this one? Keep hoarding silver so that we can do this one. Then skip this summon rush to then do this one. Because I think we should be fine. Whichever one we want to do, we should be fine. But if we do this one, we will only get 25 fragments. So that means there's only one of these other events, bar summon rush, that we can skip. Now, Dungeon Divers is getting difficult, but we've got quite a hefty stack of gems for energy, so we should be fine if we just want to absolutely rinse all of our gems for energy so that we can do every single Dungeon Diver event. This one we'll get half done with Fire Knight today and tomorrow. It does overlap slightly with Spider, but I feel like I would rather save Spider for this second Dungeon Diver. Do most of Spider and the Ice Golem in that one, and then maybe finish Ice Golem in the third one with Dragon. I think that might be the way to go, but then we can always filter in between with the new event dungeon. So we could smash some gems for energy and get ourselves in that event dungeon, because we only did 3 yesterday while we're like doing that advanced mission for doing the dungeon, getting 3 artifacts from the dungeon. Obviously we're going to work our way up. It does take seconds because the stats are so low so far. But if we can get to a point where we're getting, even if we can get to here stage 13, 40 or whatever, obviously ideally we want to be at stage 20, but it's not going to happen on this account this early. So I feel like that's the plan. Tomorrow I need to see what the points are like for the champion chase and how that'll go, and then from there we kind of gauge it. Do we then continue? So I'd love to know everybody else's thoughts on this. Like, what's your thoughts on what my account could do with this? Do I skip it completely? Do I get the epic, because she's really good as well, just as an epic on her own, so she's really good. Because the only thing I'm thinking is we've still got the other champions from the Alice mega event that they need to filter in there on how you get them. So if we take the Asgard event as a blueprint, so they did I can't remember if it was a Deck of Fate or if it was one of the other daft events where you got to collect all of the coins and whatnot, but Freya was in there, And then Odin was in there. I'm sure he was. You had to win a champion training tournament, I think, to get him. And that's not just finishing the tournament, it was like winning out of your group of 100. And then he was only ever like summonable. He had like increased odds events. We've got Cheshire Cat and Knave of Hearts, which could be filtered in there as some other type of event. So we've also got that choice of, do we maybe skip Mad Hatter, get the epic, hold everything else, because as I've mentioned before, we don't have access to an income of Sacred Shards. So if we quote unquote blow our load doing this and we don't end up doing it, it'll have been wasted. We then don't have Sacreds for anything in the future, which could come along and be mint. So let us know your thoughts down below in the comments, and like I say, over the weekend while the champion chase is on, that'll be when I'll make the ultimate decision. It's going to be such a shame if I can't do it, because once they announced this upcoming fusion, I was so in the mindset of, yeah, we can get it done. Because if they did it like they always do the fusions, we would have been perfectly fine. We would have had no issues. So it's a difficult one, because we could do with like something that's going to jump our progression. Like Alice is going to be nice when we get her in a few days' time. But the annoying thing about that as well is that doesn't even line up with the champion chase either. So tomorrow the champion chase starts and it's on till, let me just double check that. Champion chase ends Monday morning. So we'd have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday morning. So it's going to be Tuesday, which will line up with clan versus clan for everyone. So if you are going to claim her for clan versus clan points, you want to make sure you don't log into the game until clan v clan starts. Otherwise you'll automatically claim her and you won't get the 30,000 points or whatever it is for clan v clan. So Tuesday, definitely make sure you don't log into the game early. This is the difficult choice we have to make though in the next few days. Let's quickly grab our clan boss stuff. Shite. Shite. Attack percentage, still a bit shite. Oh, Void Shard, nice. Oh bollocks, I didn't get to see that. Yeah, so that's kind of where we're at the minute. I need to... Bollocks. I missed out on doing the second Chimera key. I did the easy one last night. And I forgot to do the second one. Shite. That's a pain in the ass. Oh well. It is what it is. Such is the life of a free-to-play account when you can't be on it all day every day. Yeah, so I'm going to leave this here. Like I say, I'm going to do Fire Night today and tomorrow, smash that out, and then finish off doing the champion training the next couple of days, because we've got a few days to do that, so I'm not in a huge rush for that. So I'll come back at you at the end, probably Sunday afternoon when I've decided what's going on, or through the day Sunday anyway, and we'll go from there. But in the meantime, any advice that any of you have got, just drop it in the comments. So I'll catch you on Sunday. Cheers.